Let's try this again. Okay.
I forgot to tell you how to. All you have to do was press resume when you came back in.
I don't remember. Well, I
It's new. It's a new. It's like you could leave the live and come back, and all you have to do is press resume.
I don't remember. Well, like you said, it's new.
Huh?
Like you said, it's new.
So, all right. The invites that you're seeing are invites for co-hosting. So those are the people that you
They're
guys follow each other.
requesting, or I'm requesting them to come in.
It's the system is requesting them.
Oh, so the system is calling them and say, "Hey, you want to be on?"
Yes, like, do you want to co-host? And sometimes they send you a request. That's to like
How do
play
you know
the
the difference?
because it says that they requested you. There's gonna be a box that comes out in the bottom
All I
to
see is
accept.
all I see is invite, invite, invite.
Yeah, that's for you or them to invite you. It's just
But they're not asking, so why would I want
no.
them to be into it if they're not? Hi, Jay. Hey,
Hi Jay.
haven't seen you in ages. How's your son, by the way? She used to come on all the time. Remember, she used to be the ones that used to crack all the jokes.
Hey Jay honey. How are you, lovey?
She's
Nice to see you again.
she's sarcastic, like
I love sarcastic people.
she
They're
is.
my people.
She'll crack. She'll crack.
I
Oh,
know we crack jokes on you here together. It's been a while though. You've been
am
missing
I
in
though?
action.
Of course. I don't like to be predictable anymore. Hey, girl, I'm great. How's your
I'm
son?
good.
You know me. I like to switch up all the time.
Yeah, I know.
You know, when you can pinpoint me, it's like, wait a minute, I'm too predictable now.
Well, you're definitely predictable to me.
That's because you know the schedule.
I
There's a difference. I'm talking about on this social media nonsense because it's not real life. To me, I don't see it like it's real life. Just taking it back more.
you're non-predictable to the strangers. He's good just talking back more. Oh, that's great. That means he's growing and becoming, getting his own identity.
Foot down. He learned how to ride a bike yet? Because the last time I spoke to her, she was teaching him how to ride a bike, and he refused to back then.
It's been 3 years. Of course he knows how to ride a bike. We haven't seen you in like 3 years.
It hasn't been that long. I was on a couple months ago.
I know. It's sarcasm. Damn.
I haven't been on because, well, even when I finished my back in those processes, I was
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm not gonna get on. He got tired. Like so bad.
Mm. Oh.
Of
He's
course.
like, I don't choose you. I choose something else. That's funny. No bike.
No. He's saying, you don't choose for me, I choose for me.
Uh-huh. And like allow him to keep that mentality.
That's
I
having the openness, the broadness of having
Mhm.
choice, not
Mhm.
choosing for you. The difference is kind of like religion, right? They give you all the answers, but you can't ask no questions. Think about that.
I do think about that all the time.
No, no. Well, we don't, but people who don't understand, right? Because there's a lot of people who are constantly told how to live, how to think, how to breathe, how to. Yo,
Mhm.
can I have a choice? And when you start getting a little older and you start asking questions, you start to realize you question. The first question I remember in me when I was 8 years old, my first question was, "What's the meaning of life?" And that's at 8 years old. So I already knew when I look back, I'm like, yo,
Yeah,
my
I'm
mind
here.
is already advanced. So I was already on a different timeline than all the kids my age that were like, yo, they wasn't thinking about that. They were thinking about Star Wars and toys. The same Star Wars that I was stealing from them. I was robbing them for their toys. And I remember thinking about that. I remember once upon a time, right? There was I was in California with my grandmother's
Mhm.
sister. And my grandmother's sister. And she used to take us to the park. We used to go
Mhm.
in the park. So I used to see these Power Wheels. There was a blue Jeep Power Wheel back in the days. So I see this kid driving a Power Wheel. I say, "Hey, can I get a ride?" You know what happened, right? I
No,
said,
I did.
"No." So I dragged him off of it. Just give me that shit. That's mine. I don't know when I used to think if I stepped out.
I don't know. When I was 8, I used to think if I stepped on an ant, the family of ants would come and get
Look what she's thinking about 8, and I'm thinking about what's the
me.
meaning of life.
What's the meaning of life?
Because okay, you know what the difference for me, the difference between me is I was in an early age that I was isolated. I wasn't included in with the family. I was more dismissed and disowned. So I never felt like I belonged. I was always felt like I was, how do you say, a stepchild.
She said, "Nah, you were just thinking too deep."
But this is what happens when you
Isolate. Isolation allows your mind to expand not just above the reality in which that we live in. It also allows you to live in imagination as well. Because when you're a child and you are isolated,
you already
you
imagine your imagination's already running wild at a
yeah,
sense.
your imagination is when they wild, and that allows you as a person that has imagination to think about things in a larger spectrum
But
than
at the same
others.
time, that gives you the freedom and the expansion to just
Hmm.
allow your mind to go beyond, far and beyond, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Two, back to the story about the Power Wheel. I ended up stealing it,
I bet you did.
and I'm driving back towards my grandmother's sister. How's your
Hmm.
baby girl? She's great. I'm waiting for her to text me. That's when I'm coming down. I said, let me just jump on the live real quick. So I'm just waiting for her to text. Once she gives me the text, I'm out. I'm coming off. So I said, you know what? Let me just come out here and just show my face because it's been a while. And I get a lot of people thinking that this is not my page, that it's a fraud, it's fake, and I must be copying
You're
this.
a catfish.
Yes, I get a lot of that. I get a lot of that. Well, why would I do that? I don't got time for that. But
Hyperfisher.
anyway, so hi everybody for coming in. Um, so my grandmother's sister sees me pulling up in this Power Wheel in a blue Jeep. She said, "Where'd you get that?" Oh, so one of the kids gave it to me. She says, "No, I know how you are." I said, "No, no, no, no." He said I can have it. So we're going around. She was like, "No, we're gonna go find these people who belong." I said, "No, no, no." He said I can have it. We're going home. My mother starts asking me, "Who gave you this damn Power Wheel?" I said, "Mom, they gave it to me. It's not that. Who? What are you talking about?" And of course, at the end of the night, I jump in the shower, and here comes Mom with the wire hanger to my ass at the time. So, one of the lessons that I used to get from back in the days.
Hmm.
So, I'm back in the gym, right? Good morning.
Hi, welcome in. Good afternoon, sunshine. Hi. Hi, ladies.
I want her artist to do a piece on me because her artist is serious. She's completely covered. And I want to do it. The next one I'm gonna do is here on the rib cage.
Hmm.
You're the beautiful one. So I want to do a rib cage one
She's
now.
not talking to you. She was talking to me.
Oh, oops. Take that back. My apologies. But I just want to do a rib cage because now that I have my whole back completely covered, I thought I would be satisfied,
Hmm.
and I'm not. Why? Because I feel like, yo, I can't look. I don't have eyes behind my head. So I feel like that, like nothing is there. So when I want to look like this, I want this to be covered, and I'm like, okay, I'll be satisfied. It's a psychological shit for me. I think too much, I overthink, and it's always on overdrive, and it's not a great thing. And when Thank you, mommy. You too.
You too.
Um, you know me, my mind is always it jumps from one spot to another in terms of
Yeah, so we're
it
gonna
never
jump
really,
back into your topic before the Nana calls you. So your topic was, what is the difference
about,
between the soul and the ego?
of course.
Yeah.
I just recorded a quick little look. She's talking to you now.
I know. Because
So
you're so used to being called beautiful. That's what it is. I can't. And they're laughing.
I don't get to show this side of me in my videos because I try to be trying to send a message. I'm trying to be direct. I'm trying to be thank you. Thank you, gorgeous. I'm trying to just actually just lay it down and just deliver the message. Anyway, the ego. The ego is always tries to take the seat. Hi, I'm new here. Just stopping by, say hello, and hope all is well. Thank you.
Thank you, Angel. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for coming through. Yo, I think I need glasses. I'm in denial. Yo, seriously? I'd be like this.
I can read for you. I got this. Hi, you guys. I'm Remy. Welcome to coming
I'm
into
not
Nate's
ignoring your
live.
text. I'm not ignoring your reply. It's just that sometimes I'd be like, yo, this the letters and the numbers and the, hey, mommy. Everything is always like tiny to me right now, and I'm in denial, straight up. But I believe that my eyesight will be back to 2020 because I am not falling into the timeline. I am not falling into that belief that you age and you get old. I
What up, Andrea?
believe in reverse psychology. I mean, reverse aging. And I just psychologically try to trick myself to believe that I'm going to stay younger and look younger, eat younger. By the way, before we continue,
Yes.
I saw that she was with the guitar, correct?
Yes. Yes. She's self-teaching herself.
I saw that. That's amazing to teach.
She asks us about you often.
Of course, because I was always saying like, "Hey, mommy, how are you? How you know?" It's
Yeah.
a good thing. That's like a tattoo. It's forever.
Oh, she asks us how you're doing and all that good shit.
Where you tell her, "Oh,
He's fine. He's great.
I just got back to the gym 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Since I got back, I'm
And
on
how did that go for you?
I'm on 1,000. I'm not doing so. These months from August last year to April, I was going mid. I want to say like I was going 85.
Yeah.
So when I came back last week or the week before,
The week before.
I told my friend, I was like, listen, going forward, we're going at 1,000. And
I'm scared of your
last
1,000.
weekend, he brought a pre-workout. Mind you, I'm against it.
I know.
I told him, yo, give me the scoop. I took a shotgun. I even took a shotgun this morning. And I think that's why I have this
This
energy.
energy. Yeah. No, be careful of your heart. Just, because I know that because we've had this conversation many times before. You don't do none of this shit. So I see you working out. I be slacking. I thought out. I've been slacking.
I try to even to post those. You know, I'm always about the message. Before it was, let me post my workout. Let me
post my thirst traps.
thirst traps, right? But it's all into hopefully it'll catch somebody's attention just to bring them in, and then they're like, "Oh, look, he's a motivational more than he is about a thirst trap." It's a psychological catch your interest, catch your eye, drag you in. Oh shit, he's more than that.
Yeah, absolutely. I understand that.
So it's kind of my way of
Wait a minute.
you to bring you in.
What? Wait a minute. Hold up. You're just spitting back what I said to you back to me like
years ago.
Like 5 years ago. And you're just spitting it back to me.
No, but this is something that I came to not that I realized, and we had this conversation, and I told you.
Yeah, now you make
really the intent. That's really how you figured that out.
Yes.
But then on the same note, the sexual, I mean, not the sexual, excuse me, the
Sexual,
sexual
cannot say
trait,
sexual.
right?
That's
Those thirst
er,
traps are
yes.
actually, have a great as well. Thank you, honey. Those thirst traps are actually to, those thirst traps are actually to, and I'm always tagging Calvin Klein.
Mhm.
Not really, just a bunch of stories.
Yeah, not really. Just us. Like we're like best friends. We've been friends for a lot of years, so we we we
You've
shoot the shit a lot, huh?
you've seen me go from that breakup
I've seen you go
to
from don't get.
the, today, right?
No,
Like,
I've seen you gone from a very misogynistic piece of asshole to the person that you've. He's like,
say it. I'd rather you be transparent and call it what it is than me try to hide it.
no, seriously, from a very misogynistic, very narrow-minded type of person to
Yes,
this person that has evolved into very open-minded, pure spiritual type of being. I'm very proud of you, friend.
I went deep into
Yes,
the
he
core
did.
of my soul, and actually,
Yeah.
it was like an not epiphany because I want to say, now I understand what the snake is about.
Mm-hmm.
That goes up our spine, which they call the Kundalini, right? And you see how the cobra snake opens up right before it strikes.
Yeah.
That's us coming to a lot full awareness of who we are, the evolution of we are not just a human being, we are more than that.
Mm-hmm.
We are our soul having a human experience, which we all know this terminology. We
Nothing ever
are
changes the same. Everything changes, everything evolves.
as above, so below. This is where as above
Mm-hmm.
means tapping into the frequency of heaven. Heaven is not a place to go to. Heaven is just a vibration, a frequency that we have access to currently,
Mm-hmm.
not where you have to die in order to get there. So you makes you think, I believe the was that last it's
I believe the misogyny is, the misogyny is what? What do you think misogyny? But I'm glad you passed that, Nate. I do believe the misogyny is what? I'm the question mark.
everything changes, everything evolves.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading that.
Don't worry about the comments. I got them.
So I'm my conclusion, as above so below, right? As above is heaven frequency. It's actually us tapping into the divine within, but it's tapping in with that, it's actually creating the reality that we experience, but realizing that heaven is not a place to get to or a destination. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually having the ability to have access to that power, which is able to create reality in current timeline. But here right now you're able to create paradise on earth, but in reality a lot of people are vibrating at such a low frequency. They're in the frequency of fear, ego. This is where ego comes into play. um, Doubt, hesitation. They have trauma. They stayed in that trauma state.
Mm-hmm.
Their nervous system is out of whack. Their So that low vibrational state is as above, so below, which is as if you're in timeline of heaven, you're creating from your natural state into reality, which are the projections. Everything that is on the outside is just a mirror of what reflection. It's just a reflection of what's living inside. So it's the internal state of being coming out into existence.
Annalisa said, "It's how you think, how you speak, but you're gonna give it. You're gonna give is what you're gonna get. Reality.
You get what you give, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
definitely.
your perception of reality is how you see it and how you manifest it.
Of course.
Hmm.
I got so much energy right now. Every single day you have to
Every single day, you have to speak to your reality. Yes.
very vibrational. It's the feeling that you have told in reference to what you're speaking. See, a lot of people they don't believe what they're saying. So that doubt, that fear, that hesitation, you can
Mm-hmm.
say anything you want, but at the end of the day, if you don't believe what you're expressing, and you have to get back to, let's start from the beginning. If we're going to talk about that, that's starting from the subconscious mind.
Mm-hmm.
If the
But the,
subconscious mind, you don't know how to tap into it. This is why they tell you to slow down. This is why they tell people to be in your feminine, because women are naturally supposed to just fall back into their feminine. When you fall back into your feminine, it allows the nervous system and everything to calm down, which allows creativity to flow. One, two, it allows things to come in. That's where the creativity comes in. And I forgot the other one. There was another piece to that. I was just reading on that the other day. I was like, oh shit, it makes sense.
do you believe that you have tapped into your feminine? Because it's, I'm
I,
glad that you have.
I definitely did, because the heart is, it's three things, right? The heart is the master, the mind is the
Mm-hmm.
servant, and the body is the slave. See, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people are operating from their mind, which is the masculine, which is not creating. They're just on drive and on go. But the moment
Mm-hmm.
they want you to be disconnected from your heart, because once you're disconnected from your heart, you can never tap into your heart. You can never tap into your soul, which is who you really are in all reality and throughout all existence. This is why the ego constantly wants to be in the driver's seat, because it's temporary. The difference is the soul knows it is for eternal. That's the crazy part, right? So we believe that we're here we live temporarily, but you're temporarily in this temple,
Mm-hmm.
and you're not gonna. You think that once it's over, it's over. In reality, you just go
No, I
into
don't think reality. I think that we're just, like you said, we're just how would I put this? Hmm. This is the physical world, like in quantum physics. This is, you see, everything is here per the possession, that we believe that is here, but it's not really here because it's a simulation of what your mind sees for it to be here. Do you understand? Todo bien, todo bonito.
it's a perception of what you have access to. So if you
Exactly.
think
So everything here that's in the physical world
doesn't exist,
doesn't
nothing
exist.
exists. Nothing
Yeah,
exists.
doesn't exist in the.
Vibration.
Yeah.
Everything is vibrating at its own frequency. But if you're able to see that in your mental state, you're able to see it all. But the thing is, nothing exists. And the thing is, when I remember when I first read this by Dolores Cannon, she said that they put cameras in a house and that you can see that it vibrated, but it evaporated. But when the person was coming towards their house, all of a sudden the structure of it started to, it's the craziest the way I imagine it. So it's like it started to form, and I remember seeing something that every step we take, we're creating that floor as we speak and write.
Yes.
Listen, mommy. As you speak, as you're walking, it's creating the foundation. But we think that it's solid because it's solid. But the moment our energy and our aura starts to get closer to that destination, wherever it is where we're going,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's the first time I've been in
Yes.
this.
Hi. Hi, Kayla.
That's
You finally caught one.
remember that was this therapist that used to come on way back. I remember because I had the
I
conversation.
remember as well. Hi. How are you?
So everything doesn't exist, but everything becomes solid when the closer that you get to it.
Mm-hmm.
So like from the chair that we're sitting on, the floor that we walk on, nothing is there until our feet actually tap touch the floor. So it's crazy and wild. Like you can see it, it's
Mm-hmm.
vibrating at its own way, but until you reach for it, it doesn't become solid.
It doesn't
Otherwise,
exist.
it's just vibrating. We're not even here because at the end, I remember reading something. This is ages ago. When I first read it, it said if we put our hand under a particular microscope, all you see is energy. you don't see your hand there anymore. And it used to fuck with me. I'm like, yo, how is it? Because I'm touching my hand. Like, how am I not here? And as time, when you read something that's too advanced for yourself, for you to understand and comprehend what you're reading,
Mm-hmm.
it's like, wait a minute, it doesn't make sense at the moment. But as time goes on, it exposed me, and now I can go back and be like, yo, it makes sense now. But anyway, in that book, it was called The Dynamic Laws of Prosperity. She said, this is where I learned this, and this is, I want to say like 20 years ago. She says, Catherine Ponder, I'll never forget. She said that we were never created to hate. We were always created to love. So when you have hate, you're inviting sicknesses and diseases into your body. And that's how you get cancer. But they will never tell you that because they want you to go big pharma. Spend, 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 spend. Truth be told, I just might be banned. Hello, Jolly. But Nate always coming with, somewhat. It's just that I'm reading this book now. It's called Outsmarting Reality. He words things a little different, but it's things that we all already know that have some type of awareness. It's just worded different. And when it's worded different, you can see things from a different perspective. I don't like to see things from a narrative perspective, and then sometimes too much information you're consumed with it. And I'm addicted to information because I want to know so I don't be caught off guard. So it's a good thing and it's a bad thing because you're always overthinking, but at the
Yeah,
same
he's
time,
addicted.
yeah. So it's like,
It's an addiction.
it's like crack.
It is. And like he likes physical books, like he doesn't do audiobooks and none of that. And I'm pretty sure like he needs more space for his books because the space that he had, I'm pretty sure that is filled up.
No, actually,
What did he do?
this is what happened about a month ago. I
Mm-hmm.
was going to sleep on a Friday night,
Yeah.
and all I hear in my ear, throw out the books that are no longer in alignment with you. And I'm like, what?
I
Throw out
hope
the
you
book.
didn't throw them out and you threw them out.
I grabbed the coche, the shopping cart.
Uh-huh.
I started going through cubby by cubby by cubby by cubby by cubby by cubby and dropping them on the floor. Then I had to, stack them nicely because the
OCD.
OCD starts kicking in. It's
You
like,
got
can't
you
have
have to gotta
mess yet.
explain that to the
So I'm
chat. You don't gotta explain that to me.
fixing everything, and then I continue to drop it. No, 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 because my soul was echoing in my sleep, like, yo, get rid of what you no longer agree, because there's a flow being blocked because of it. Oh, shoot. I started throwing them on the floor, stacking them into the shopping cart, throwing them on the floor, stacking them. It took me about 2 to 3 hours to do that. Then to go downstairs and throw it out into the garbage. You know how many people have told me, yo, what were you thinking when not? But because you could have gave that to someone else. And my response was, why would I give something that I no longer agree with? And I don't want to misinform that person to go through the journey of confusion when it could just be avoided, and that no one has to be confused, because I'm not going to contribute to confusion. I'm going to contribute to clarity. Clarity is better than confusion for me. So I'm not just going to be like, hey, here, because I feel like I'm throwing money out. I don't feel like I'm throwing money out. At the end of the day, it was from a time for me to have that awareness that taught me whatever, which I no longer agree with because I've surpassed that timeline. I don't agree with that no more. So nothing bad to anyone else who agrees in a different state. It's just that this is where I'm at in my time, in my state at the moment. So I'm into this new thing.
I hear it.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
it
Relaxing.
sounds like native,
Mhm.
but it shows rivers, the mountains, animals, insects. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna hang up and just pay attention to this and zone out.
Mhm.
It's like in a meditation state. And what meditation does to you, it just brings clarity and actually things that start to make it starts to make sense what you align with inside. But
Sorry, I'm getting sick.
what was I saying prior before I got lost? Because you know me, I threw out all those books.
Mhm.
So you were saying I have no space. I actually now have somewhat space. I must have
I'm
threw
looking at
out.
the perception of space, knowing what the hell your apartment looks like, and where things are. So I'm like, there
No,
wasn't
I
you
had
changed everything. It's been
no.
a while.
I threw out at least 200 books.
I can't.
200 books. I must have threw out like 3,000. I don't want to say I threw out. I circulated
I circulated.
$3,000 in the garbage.
You circulated. Circulation mean exactly. Wow. Circulation means
But
that
at the
other
end of the day,
people are
that
getting
money is going to
access to
come back.
this. This is not
That's
circulation.
that's coming back to me in any shape or form because I don't believe that I wasted it. I invested it because it's all into knowledge. Because it tainted not just my mind, but my heart and my soul. All in, and I have that in alignment.
Mm-hmm.
That means I have access to it. And then there's certain things that you outgrow, which you no longer agree with, because now you have a different perspective. You have a different. Remy, for example, you've been here from ground zero.
Yes, I've been here since
When you
day
first,
zero.
if it wasn't for her, if it wasn't for you, the first time what you told me was, "Hey, Nate," because I send you my writing. Recall
Yes.
what you told me. You said, Nate, you need to start putting your message out there, your writing out there, so people can hear you, people can see who you are, etc. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
And then what happened? I was like, oh no, I can't. I don't want to. I had an excuse for everything you suggested.
Every fucking excuse under the sun.
Now tell me from when I first started being shy, finally getting over the camera shyness.
Mm-hmm.
Let me use a real one. It's push.
Oh,
So,
you talk about me with your friends?
of course, that. So you've seen as the evolution, the transformation, the growth, the maturity from immaturity. Good morning, Mona. From the immaturity, we're going now. There goes Soraya. Real quick. To before I couldn't captivate people's mind or attention, right? And I've learned in the process, in these years,
Mm-hmm.
of how to be able to say a story with capturing the attention. Versus before, it was like, come on, get to the point.
Yeah, we worked on that a lot. That was something that we worked on for a very long time. How to execute your message. He was always, thank you so much. You know, having the right people in your circle really does change.
Makes a difference.
It really does make a difference. You know, in the past 7 years, we've both seen each other grow in many different ways and evolve.
Of course.
And yes, he's calling you out. So it was a lot of trial and failure. There was a lot of, you know, I used to like proofread his stuff. Remember when I would proofread your stuff? Mind you, he's already a published writer, you guys, okay? So like I'm here like
But I always get my stuff, what's it called? Edited.
yeah.
You gotta pay for the edit. So my mistakes, I overlook them and let someone else do.
Mhm.
But when someone else that you come in contact with and have conversations and they're correcting your errors, it's like, hold up, who you think you is?
I'm Remy, nice to meet you.
But in the beginning
Mm-hmm.
versus today, where I'll be like, okay, I get where you're coming from because the mentality and the level of expansion that you had,
Yes.
it's like, oh my God, it's impressive. Where
Thank
before
you.
it would be intimidating. So it's two different states. And when you
Mm-hmm.
start to see the awareness and growth, you start to appreciate versus hold up. You come this is where the ego again, right? It becomes defensive, like pushes away, like versus the soul is more welcoming. Come, flow, let's create, let's allow, let's grow
Mm-hmm.
together as a team because we're all one. But the ego tries to separate that oneness that we all are. And that's the crazy part. But I gotta go.
And so, baby, I said hello. And it was always a pleasure, you guys. It was great seeing you guys again. I had a degree in psychology, but saw him. Yeah, I know. He has he looks at things in a very different way. So looking at things in his perspective is it's actually a breath of fresh air. And before you go, I'm very proud of you. I'm glad that I was I
Part.
guess, huh? I'm glad that I was a part in your growth, and thank you so much for always recognizing and you know.
Because I didn't grow up having that. I didn't have a support system. I didn't have any of that. It was
Hmm.
more like figure it out. You're on your own. And when I
Yes.
was taught, it was like harsh. It was hard. It wasn't like, hey, let's build together and do something together. Hey, you know
Yeah.
that's the way you do things. No, and it was
Hmm.
beaten into me like. But this is where my therapy comes into play with the gym because I have that mentality like a drill sergeant.
Yes.
I have that drill sergeant mentality where there cannot be no weakness in me. But then I had
Hmm.
to learn how to open up my heart and allow myself to be tap into my feminine. It's like, yo, if
Yes.
you want to show me how to feel or have an emotion, I feel like I'm supposed to be poured into versus I'm supposed to actually pour into myself.
Hmm.
The outside world is just a reality of itself. It has
Exactly.
it's only a reflection. And if I
Hmm.
can't feel me, then how anything outside of me can feel me? This is the confusion of what we're told that someone
Thank you
else is
so
able to
much.
fill our cup, but if we gotta fill our cup first
Yes.
before we ever think about pouring into.
Feelings now, someone else. I think that our friendship was a catalyst of us allowing each other to pour into each other
But
and
you've
to
come a
see.
long way as well, and you've
Thank you so
taken
much.
risk on yourself. Not my place to speak on, but the
Hmm.
risk that you've taken and betting on yourself, which actually has given you the peace and the growth of your process of your journey that you're going through because
Thank
you're
you.
in the process, right?
Yes, I am.
It's a lot.
I know it's a lot, but I am very thankful to have people like you to lean on, and I am very happy to see that both our efforts didn't go to waste.
No, it was like a what's that called? But it's like when two people collide and come in together as flow.
Hmm.
That's the sign of the infinity sign that you mentioned
Hmm.
earlier, right?
Yes.
When two people come in, it's they create that infinity sign together. That's what togetherness is all about. God damn it, that shit pisses me off, but I don't know
Good,
how
good,
to
good,
say it.
good. The baby's downstairs. You
Yeah,
guys, he
I
has
gotta go.
daddy daughter day. Give my bestie all his little hearts and stuff like that. And I'm so glad to see some of you. It's been a while. All right, let me
I mean,
go myself down. Later.
bye, mommy. Bye,
Bye.
everybody. Thank you for stopping by.